Sorry for the disturbance. Now we again continued with the previous session, and we have to talk about the bicarbonality. In bicarbonality, in case of the Solanaceae, the members of the Solanaceae can be identified very easily on the basis of the 2 or 3 natural characters which easily can be seen in the plant. The first of all, you have to observe the what type of the calyx is present. In case of the Solanaceae, if it is persistent calyx, as in case of the brinjal, suppose this is the brinjal, it is like that. Such calyx is called as persistent calyx. It is attached, it persists with the fruit, with the ovary you can say, and whenever you want you can remove this calyx. And in case of the, suppose in case of the raspberry, there is raspberry. In that case, it is like that. It is called as accrescent calyx. This calyx can be easily removed. It covers whole fruit, whole ovary you can say. The whole fruit is covered with the dry membranous calyx, as in case of raspberry. Physalis, peruviana. In case of the Physalis peruviana, the calyx is accrescent. In accrescent, the difference between the accrescent and persistent calyx is not covering the whole the fruit, while in case of the accrescent, it completely covered, fruit is completely covered by the calyx, and it is dry and membranous, can be removed very easily. So such calyx is present in case of Solanaceae. It is very important character of the Solanaceae. And further, if you cut the section of the ovary or the fruit you can say, then you will find the solen placenta. It is like that. The placenta is here, it is ovule are arranged, and it is exile placentation as well as the solen placenta is there. So it is also one of the main character of the Solanaceae to identify the family. So on that basis, one character is also, if you observe very minutely, then you will find in case of the anther lobe, if you observe minutely, in case of the anther lobe, both the anther lobe, it is dithecous. Dithecous means there are 2 lobes in the anther. So both the lobes having the one opening, it is called as opening through apical pore. The pollen grain liberates from the anther lobe through an apical pore. It is also one of the important character of the Solanaceae. So on these characters, basis of these characters, we can identify the Solanaceae. In case of the Boraginaceae, mostly having the helicoid or scarpoid inflorescence. Scarpoid inflorescence. Helicoid में क्या है? Helicoid में generally it is flower appears only in one direction and helical structure is formed. So in case of the boraginaceae, the mostly the helicoid inflorescence is formed. So on the basis of the helicoid or scarpoid inflorescence, we can identify the boraginaceae. Then we come to the labiaceae. In case of the, if you go through the personales, in personales there are some important families like Scrophulariaceae, Bignoniaceae, Acanthaceae. So these are the important families which are generally members of these families generally found everywhere, almost everywhere. In case of the Scrophulariaceae, there are didynamous condition of the stamens, and in case of the Bignoniaceae, in Bignoniaceae, out of 5 stamens, one becomes the feathery and larger, and 4 become fertile while the one is sterile. So in that basis we can identify. While in case of the Acanthaceae, in Acanthaceae there is a important character of the Acanthaceae is the terminal style is there. Terminal style is there. It is like that. Bicarpellity, it is. So the most important character is the terminal style. The style arises from the top of the ovary. That is called as terminal style. It is peculiar feature of the Acanthaceae, as well as another feature. In case of the Acanthaceae, there are 2 lobes in the stamen, and the lobe are dithecous. One is larger than the other. Both the lobes are not equal in size. One will be larger than the other, and larger one having particularly a hook-like structure at the base of the anther lobe. It is called as apiculate anther lobe. Apiculate anther lobe. So on this basis we can also identify the family Acanthaceae. Now come to the lamelles. In lamelles, labiaceae or the lamiaceae. The other name is the lamiaceae. So member of the labiaceae having the aromatic smell. Aromatic smell is always be there. All the members of the labiaceae having the aromatic smell, as well as it means there would be oil glands available in the leaf or in the plant. You can a very prominent smell is there. For example, in case of the tulsi, asimum you can say, as well as in case of the mint, peppermint, mint generally it is called as mint or pudina. There is a very strong fragrance is there, so we can identify on the basis of their fragrance. The aromatic smell will be there, and as in case of the Acanthaceae there was a terminal style, but in case of the labiaceae or lamiaceae there is gynobasic style. What happened over here? As I told you earlier, there is a two carpals are there. In this case, the constriction of both the carpals are there, constriction of both the carpals. So, it appears that it is instead of 2, it is 4 carpals, but it is 2. The every lobe becomes constructed and appears that it is the 4 carpal ovary, but it is not. Bicarpality ovary is there, construct is there. So, style arises from the base of the ovary. Style arises from the base of the ovary. So, it is called as gynobasic style. The basic difference between the acanthase and lamiaceae, in both the cases bilabiate corolla is there. In acanthase you can say the personate, in labiate it is the bilabiate. Personales corolla is also found in the Scrophulariaceae. There is a big difference between the personate and bilabiate corolla. In both the cases, both are bilabiate. If we go through the it is like that. Another what the difference is there? In case of bilabiate, both the cases the bilabiate corolla is there. Here, if the incision is deep, it means the corolla tube is short. While in case of acanthase, here also it is bilabiate, but the incision is very shallow, it is superficial. So, it is the corolla tube is long. So, there is big difference between the corolla of the lamiaceae, or you can say the labiate, and the corolla of the acanthase. And the difference between the style, in case of the acanthase the terminal style is there, while in case of the lamiaceae it is gynobasic style. Apparently, if you not observe minutely, if you see both the families having the bilabiate corolla, but you have to observe, if it is bilabiate, then the corolla tube is short or it is long. If it is corolla tube is long, then it is the corolla will be called as personate. If the corolla tube is short, then it will be called as typically bilabiate. That is found in the labiaceae. Then further we will move to observe the type of the style. If it is apical terminal style, then it will be acanthase. If it is gynobasic style, then there would be no doubt in the family of the labiate or lamiaceae. Similarly, in case of the acanthase, the anther lobe having the apiculate structure. Both the lobes are not with the same size. It is one will be the short and one will be the bigger than the other one. If it is so, then definitely it will be of the acanthase. And in lamiaceae or labiate, both the lobes are equal size. So there is a big difference between the labiate as well as the acanthase. You can easily identify the characters or the members of the labiate as well as the acanthase. Then